Welcome to the Biz Bash podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as Eliza and Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started.
Hey everybody, today is such an exciting day. We're so happy to finally be letting the secret out of what Cami and I are planning this fall, which is the drumroll, please. The Stationery Summit.
Oh my gosh, I feel like there should be like fireworks noises right now.
I know. Maybe I can add some in post-production. That will be hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So the Stationery Summit is the beans that we've been keeping under wraps for so long, but we can finally spill them. It's been so hard to not say anything. We've honestly been over the moon, like incredibly so excited about this because it's going to be totally different than anything we've ever offered before or anything the industry has ever seen before. And golly, I just cannot wait. And I'm so glad you guys are finally in the loop for it.
Yay! I know. We're just so excited. Sorry, I was just like sitting here and thinking about it and was like, oh my gosh, because it's just like so cool. And then when you ended what you're talking about, you just like, I was like not ready to jump back in.
I know. This whole thing has been kind of surreal, actually, like bringing everyone together and you know, some of the names and people we've got, like, we look up to them. You know, we know you guys look up to them in the industry. Like, we just think that we have such a solid, amazing group of women. And we're just like, dang, this is going to be good. Because, you know, we know that this is not always about us. And we wanted to make sure that it's not about us. And you guys aren't just learning from us two idiots. So we wanted to bring in some other people who have way more expertise than we could ever hope. And yeah, just bring it all in one place, which I think is like the key thing here. We're bringing everyone together under one name versus, you know, each separate educator has their own courses, their own education. But what if you could get it all in one place? And I think that's the question we kept asking. Well, what if this was all happening under one roof, basically, one virtual roof? And that's how the Stationery Summit kind of was born.
Yeah. And the reason that we're announcing it as early as we are, because at this point, like early bird registration isn't happening till the end of August. And we're going to go over the dates later in the episode. But we love you guys. We love our audience. And we know a lot of you guys out there are just getting started. And so you might be penny pinching a little bit or trying to figure out what, you know, where you're going to put your money next or what resource you're going to invest in next. And so now we're giving you the time to save up for this awesome opportunity, which, if I do say so myself, is an awesome deal, because that is kind of what we try to do here, is like bring you guys a really quality education at an affordable amount. Because yeah, I mean, the people following us, and just like when you're starting out in general, like a lot of us can't drop, you know, $1,000 on a resource. Mm-hmm. And so we're super excited about just making it accessible and everything that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of courses out there. You know, you can drop some serious cash on courses. And, you know, obviously there's ones that are affordable too. But we wanted this to be like almost a no-brainer purchase for you guys. We're like, this is an incredible deal. And we're making sure it's like incredibly valuable for you. And it's actually questions that you've been asking. So the deal with the Stationery Summit is that we are approaching stationery specific topics. This is not like generic one size fits all creative education. It is specifically for you guys in the stationery industry, like our paper peeps. This is for you. Like, we're not doing, you know, stuff being taught by like photographers and how they run their business. It is run by the leaders of our industry and the people that we think do an amazing job at that. So we are taking a cue and making it all about us for a little bit, all about stationers, because there really is nothing that exists like this. And there's so many nuances of the industry that people who aren't in the industry don't understand. You know, like Elizabeth, right. When you hired your business coach and she wasn't in the industry, it became kind of difficult for her to, help you out as much as you wanted because she didn't totally get the industry, and that's just like the nature of it.
Right. Like there's so many things out there in terms of Pinterest and all these other platforms, like how to use them, how to be strategic about them. But like, what if we literally looked at those with a perspective from a stationer? Or what if we talked about like things specific to stationery, like a semi-custom collection, which like no other creative platform is going to be talking about, because that can't be applied to anybody like in photography, right?
No offense to photographers.
Or like another type of creative.
Right.
Like you have to be a stationer to like understand or maybe want to learn about creating a semi-custom stationery collection, which is something that's going to be talked about. And we have a lot of awesome things we can talk about that are just very much honed in on the fact that we're talking to stationers, guys. Like we're not trying to exclude people here, okay? Like, but we just needed this for the stationery industry.
I mean, we really do. Like, honestly, if there had been this resource when I was starting out, I think we say this phrase a lot. Like, if this had been there when I was starting out, like we really wanted to create something that we would have bought when we were starting out, the thing that we needed. And this is definitely it. Like, not only you're hearing from like one voice, two voices, there's going to be 18 different sessions. Like, holy crap, that's a lot. So it's pretty bananas, honestly. Like it's incredible value. And I know that sounds like trite and commonplace, but it really is. Like it's only $297 for the early bird rate, which is a total steal, honestly.
Oh yeah, you just said like $297.
Yeah,
$297.
Right?
Yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah, it is a steal. That's the early bird rate. So you want to make sure you're in on that because then it will go up to its full price of $397. So if you want to, save $100, which is even crazier, I don't know why we're so crazy, then you want to get in the early bird rate, which is going to be these dates.
August 26th through the 30th.
Yes, August 26th through the 30th is the early bird rate. So mark it on your calendar now. Obviously, we'll be posting about it a bajillion times, but let's talk about some of the girls we have involved and some of the topics because they're so exciting. Oh my gosh.
Yay, I know. I can't freaking wait. It was pretty hilarious, like Cammie and I trying to get all these people on board, and just our process for doing it wasn't so formal. It was more like, hey, can you jump on like a Skype call with us?
We'd be like,
for a second?
right now. We're not even scheduling this out. We were honestly so excited as this idea grew, and we couldn't hold it anymore. So anyone who we approached basically was like, what is going on? What? And we're like, no, you need to get on the phone now.
Yeah, right.
But honestly, their excitement, everyone else's excitement when we told them the idea, like really just fueled everything even more because everyone's like, oh, the industry needs this. Whatever it is, I want to be a part of it. And we're just like, oh, yay.
Yay, I know. And to get that like affirmation from other people in the industry that they thought it was a great idea was really exciting too.
Because we can get in our own heads sometimes and get a little excited. So we're gonna have, let's see. I can just pick random names off the list, but we're going to have Victoria from Design House of Moira. I'm sure you guys follow her. She's doing a no BS approach to client revisions and proofs, which is going to be amazing.
I'm so excited. Honestly, I'm so excited for all of these to like personally watch them.
I know, but I'm really excited about that because I feel like revisions, I just have some crazies. So it's gonna be helpful for us too. We have Jessica from Impress Stationery. I think you talked about her, how to develop a semi-custom stationery collection. I mean, how many questions do people ask about this? I mean, neither one of us offer a semi-custom stationery collection, so why not bring in the expert on this one?
She is literally actually the expert,
she is.
Though. Like,
I know. I can't wait to learn from her on this. Oh my gosh, the names are just like so many good ones. Who else do we got?
Ooh, Britt of Swell Press, because obviously she's going to talk about letterpress, letterpress costs and preparing a letterpress file. That's going to be a loaded topic, I feel like. Try to get that all into her
I know.
session.
We have Lainey. Everyone loves Design by Lainey, making the transition from calligrapher to stationer. So maybe if you're not even sure how to get started as a stationer, this will be a great dip your toes in and start strong with this.
And I can totally in terms of the name of that session, the transition from calligrapher to stationer, I've been there, done that. And for Lainey to impart some wisdom on that process is going to be really cool because it's kind of this awkward bridge you have to construct. It's not as smooth as you would want it to be.
Right. That totally makes sense.
And then if you guys follow Papel & Co., Nat is going to be talking about just an intentional approach to a stationery business and her clients and infusing positivity in your business and your brand, which I'm so excited about that session as well. She was getting so passionate when we were talking about this on the phone in terms of brainstorming an idea for her. Because that's a huge one. It's not only what's happening in terms of the paper you use or the wax seals or the postage, it's how are you running your business and what's your intention? What's your approach to your business? And that side of the conversation is going to be so
this
cool.
whole everything we have is really, really well-rounded in terms of, what's going to make a whole business. So there's something for everyone. In market, we're going to have marketing, handmade paper, font legalities, redefining your audience if you move, networking, lookbooks for your clients. I mean, I feel like I'm just throwing out all kinds of buzzwords, but honestly, National Stationery Show for the first timer, all these things, all these different amazing gals. I'm super excited about Laura from Paper and Honey. I just love her so much. Making a meaningful impact with wedding stationery and how to tell your client's story better, which I think as we move forward in the industry and you start to find your own style and figure out how you're working with your clients, this is going to be huge. And I think she does a great job of really infusing a ton of personality into her suites by making them really about the couple and not just about her style. So that's going to be an awesome one. I can't wait to watch all of them, to be honest.
I know. I'm so excited that I'm just so excited all of this is going to actually be in one place because it's easy to cherry pick and maybe find something on YouTube or Skillshare, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But what if you could just have it in one place? And obviously we know that this summit is going to cater to a whole range of levels in terms of where you are in your business. You might just be starting out. Maybe you've been in your business for a few years. I think there's something here for everybody, but we will be kind of constructing this cute little PDF passport that recommends what sessions to watch in what order if you are coming to the table as kind of someone that's a little newer to the industry.
Yeah, we understand the overwhelm. So we want you to be able to go through it and not be like, oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff here. I don't even know where to begin, and just kind of guide you through. So you do get to, watch every single one and where you can actually implement it and not just watch it and be like, holy crap, now what do I do? So we'll have a little guiding pamphlet, little PDF. Our passport is kind of what we're calling it. So you can follow it along as you watch all the videos of the summit. So, okay. So logistically how it'll work is when you purchase your ticket on September 16th, all the content will go live and you'll have a login and you can just go in and click on the educators pages and watch their video. So they're going to be an hour-long video. They'll have resources there for you, possibly a downloadable PDF if they decide to do that. And you'll have lifetime access to it. So it's going to live on forever at stationersummit.com. So if you can't watch it in one day, it's totally fine. You can watch it 5 years from now. That's totally cool. So that's another huge thing.
Yeah, and it's a membership login. So you only get access to those pages with the content, obviously, once you've paid for your ticket and become a member of the summit, basically, I guess. Am I kind of explaining that right? It's more like you just purchase your ticket. But.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So the videos live on forever. And I think one thing that was really important for us too is making this virtual, because a lot of you guys guessed that we were going to be doing an in-person thing, but we didn't want to restrict anyone to, flights cost money, hotels cost money, getting to the other side of the country costs money and takes more time versus this is something you can watch while you're working out at the gym on a treadmill. you could be sitting in your bathtub, on a couch, on the beach, and watch any of these videos at your own convenience without having to pay for a flight and getting someone to watch your kids and feed your cats or whatever you need to do. So the fact that it's virtual is huge. You can literally watch this anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, and it'll be very easy to access. We've done a little bit of, I don't know, like research, I guess, Tammy, like kind of looking at other like summit sites, different places that have done summits before to see like, hey, how easy is it to access it? And, to go back even years later and still be able to get the content. And so that was really important to us that it's like stationersummit.com and you will like literally log in right there. And it should be super easy because we're not using a third party to like host the videos. We're hosting them on our site. It's just like the pages are protected until you pay to unlock them.
Exactly. We want this to be an amazing experience for you guys, not only with amazing content, but also an amazing way to get the content. Like we're giving you a really good meal on a fancy plate. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh. Yes, exactly.
But yeah, there's just going to be so much happening. And then within the summit, we'll also probably be doing some fun bonuses that we're not going to disclose just yet, but some surprises along the way. You guys know how we roll. We get really excited. There's always like fun things that happen and little extras and surprises. So that will definitely be happening with the summit. We're not going to say what yet, but there will definitely be things happening if you are a student. So yeah, honestly,
yeah, for sure.
Okay. We talked about when it's happening, but obviously all these dates are just on stationersummit.com. It's going to be the easiest way. At this point, you're going to want to get on the waiting list. That's the best way to stay in touch. So it'll be just stationersummit.com, and there'll be a waiting list link there for you to sign up and get all the emails so you don't miss out on the early bird special, because saves you 100 buckaroos, which is awesome.
I feel like I was going to sneak something else in there too that I was like thinking of, which, now of course I can't remember because I'm just like so freaking excited that everything is like going out the back of my brain.
I know. Well, it's just like finally releasing this huge secret we've had for so long. Like, yeah, I think it's just like we totally understand where you guys have been, because we were there too, like, starting a biz, building our wings on the way down, and we totally wanted something like this. And we were watching all these, leaders from afar, all these, industry experts, and just be like, dang, how do they do that? And now it's like we're bringing them to you guys so we can close the gap and you can learn from them. So these years of experience from all these stationers, like these gals really set the standards for the industry. So you probably want to listen to them on their advice and the things they're going to bring to the table for you guys. But yeah, this is really just a one-stop shop for you. I mean, that's pretty much the grand scheme of it all. Is you don't have to go to multiple places to get education. You can get it all in one go round. And of course, if you find an educator you fall in love with, I think a lot of them actually have their own courses, their own education, so you can continue and keep going deeper and deeper within their own education.
Right. I mean, part of the reason when we were kind of brainstorming who do we want to speak for this thing, a big kind of factor with the people that we sought out and contacted was, are they already educating? Like, are they already out there talking? Like Britt from Swell Press, she does a lot of awesome live Q&A sessions, via Instagram stories, and puts things on her website, or people that have landing pages with resources designed by Lainey, tons of education. Victoria from Design House Amora, tons of education.
Simply Jessica Marie, tons of education. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All of these people, I think everyone who's teaching has like educated in one way or another, whether they've taught workshops in person with calligraphy, or they've done something online,
or they're just on their stories all the time and you're just soaking up all that knowledge trying to like figure out what the heck you're doing.
Yeah. And so now it's like really fun to be able to kind of put a bunch of different things in one place. And now I remember what I was going to mention earlier when I said I was having a brain fart, was that speaking of Q&A sessions, we will probably be scheduling some live Q&As with some of the educators that will probably be released later in the process, closer to like September, or even after the content is released.
It's not going to be every person, and you can only have access to those as a member of the summit. It's not like an add-on. It's included. Yes.
Yes, right. It's included in the summit that some of these people, some of the educators will volunteer to do this with us later on. And so, like I said, we're not sure which ladies are going to be doing that yet, but stationersummit.com has a list of all the educators involved and what they're teaching on. So that way you can take a look at what you want to learn. I mean, we've done a pretty good job of like covering a lot of things within the scope of just learning stuff about stationery in general and about running a business. It's not so much like how to digitize, how to paint watercolor, this and that, how to scan your artwork. Like, there's not a lot of those how-tos. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not so much creative and more the business side of things, or, the pricing, the marketing, the stuff that we're all racking our brains on. Not so much you should have your own like talent and skills ready to go. And this is just so you can leverage them to be a profitable and sustainable business owner.
Yes, exactly. And that's where it's the whole like give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to feed him, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime type of mentality. Because this is all about like giving you guys the skills to understand how to even run a business. Because we know for a lot of creatives, it's you guys kind of have the creative stuff down now, or you can go somewhere on YouTube to figure out how to digitize this or that. Or, some of these women have awesome courses on that already anyhow. So it's like we didn't feel a need to fill that gap. We don't feel like that was a gap. We felt like more for stationery, it was kind of like that business side of how do you make money from this, like how do you make a living from doing this?
Yeah, exactly. How do you actually work with handmade paper? Like all these things. Yeah. And it was really cool. Like when we were talking to all the educators and just, attacking them on the phone, being like, get on a video chat right now. It was just so interesting. We kind of had a topic in mind for each one, but to either see like when we told them their topic, how much it resonated with them and how excited they would get to talk about it, or then just be like, actually, I was really thinking more along this line. And then they would just start talking about something and be super, super passionate. And we're like, honestly, that's amazing. So everyone who's involved is incredibly passionate about what they're speaking on. And that is why they were chosen or chose that topic. So they're not going to be like boring videos. Like they're going to be so like packed full of info, so chock full of strategies. Like I think they're going to be like over the top is kind of how I'm thinking, because everyone just had like such a fire within them for like teaching on the topic or what they wanted to share.
Yes, I know. I totally agree with that. We tried to pick, we tried not to stick somebody with a topic that they wouldn't be excited about.
Exactly.
So all of these ladies obviously have like certain specialties and strengths, as we all do within our business. And we were like, how can we target like those strengths and bring that to the front?
How can we leverage everyone's strengths? Because we all have such a different perspective and bring unique strengths to the industry. So this is really cool to like turn it into one like mega transformer. That's amazing.
Yes, and oh my gosh, this reminds me, so Taryn of Twinkle and Toast is also part of the summit, guys. She's an educator, and she got so fired up. She was like one of those people. It was so fun to talk to because she kind of helped, like as we were having this conversation, we came up with this awesome topic for her, and get ready, here it is. It's called There's No One-Stop Shop, Working with Multiple Paper and Printing Resources. Because here's the deal, guys. When you make an invitation suite, all of your stuff is coming from somewhere different. Like you can't go to just one vendor or one printer to get everything you need. So how do you like balance that out and keep track of that and keep it organized? And how do you figure out where to order things? And so she's going to bring some wisdom to the table about that, because I think from an outsider's perspective, you see a picture of an on Instagram, right, of a beautiful invitation suite, and you're like, where did you get that? And you're like, well, technically, I got it from like 10 different
and understanding
places.
the relationship of those places, the relationship of how the paper will fit in this envelope, all these different things that you probably don't think about when you're first starting out. And you realize very quickly when you're in the middle of a project that it's going to take a lot more sourcing than you realize.
Yeah, totally. And just like being able to have, like I said, teaching you guys to fish, giving you the confidence and the ability to go out, like find some vendors, do some research. I mean, we have the A to Z directory, which is awesome. Like if you just want to have a list for you, but we're still super passionate about like teaching you guys to also do that for you as well. So anyways, the summit is going to be thebomb.com. We are super stoked about it.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one that misses out. So you want to get in on this, you guys. Don't like dilly-dally on being like, oh, I'll just think about it. Like, trust me, everyone's going to be a part of it.
That's a good reminder, Cammie, because like once we close the actual registration, right? So we have like early bird registration, guys. That's the last week of August. And then we have like actual registration. Wow, we need a better term to call it. But when like official registration opens, full price registration, once that closes, we don't know when we're opening up enrollment again. And it's definitely not going to be until 2020 because we'd have to go back and, you know, ask the educators if they want to promote it a second time and do all of this stuff. So yeah, just something to keep in mind is that like it has an official close date. And once that content is on lockdown, like it's going to be there for a while.
Like in the Disney vault and it's not coming out again. So yeah, so why not just take advantage of it while you can, obviously. So yeah, I think, is that pretty much all? I mean, before we just keep yelling about how excited we are, is that all we need to cover today or...
I think so. Yeah. I think this episode is like pretty straightforward. Like we just wanted to let you know what's happening. It's a freaking big deal. We're super excited and start putting your loose change in a glass jar, right?
Start getting your piggy banks ready because it's going to be epic. So, okay.
Yeah, we want you guys to be able to hit that purchase button with confidence. And so we're just giving you that heads up to prepare you. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
So if all this sounds amazing, you're like, holy bananas, I need in on this. Just go to stationerysummit.com. You can check out all the educators. Go follow them all on Instagram. Find out more about them because they're incredible women, incredible artists. And then, of course, sign up for the waiting list so you don't miss out on that early bird rate of $297. Save $100 off your registration. And yeah, we'll be in touch with more details, obviously. I feel like I'm leaving a voicemail now. I'll call you later. Okay, bye. Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's me. We'll be in touch. Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Yeah, Cammie covered it. And obviously this kind of wasn't our like typical podcast episode, but as you can see, we've already managed to talk about it plenty of time. We just figured that it deserved its own. And since it is still the podcast, please feel free to leave us a rating or a review on iTunes if you're loving all of the information that we have shared with you guys. Gosh, it's crazy to say that we're coming up on half a year of doing this now, and getting your ratings and reviews are not only super great for Cammie and I to read, kind of keeps us going, but it helps other creatives find us as well. And that can be done on iTunes. I think I already said that, but that's fine.
Yeah, so that's all you gotta do. And then, of course, stationerysummit.com. And we will talk to you guys next week. Have an awesome one.
Bye.
See you soon, Raccoon.
Hey there, fellow stationers. Are you creating custom invitations and still sending a lackluster contract that's hacked together with Google searches and generic templates? We've got you.
We've created a custom stationery contract written for stationers by stationers, and it is lawyer reviewed and approved. #LegalRockstar. The custom stationery contract covers every stationery snafu, protects you and your client's interests, and sets up an expectation of professionalism. We've combined our previous contracts as well as years of experience to bring you a contract that covers your booty and your biz. So become a put-together pro and breathe a sigh of relief knowing that you have a contract that is easy to understand and avoids confusing legal jargon.
The custom stationery contract is only $227, which is half of what you'd expect to pay anywhere else, and it's written by two gals who have seen it all.
Spoiler alert, it's us.
It's time for you to do things right. Go to bizbirthdaybash.com/contract to purchase and download your copy today.